Sally Forth Paladins, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Westmod. I am Admiral Tirak of the Dreadnought HMS Hood. After the HMS Palace, well, yeah, we got into a fight with a large space station and things did not quite go our way. Unfortunately, the just sheer amount of firepower that it was able to bring to bear was more than we were capable of taking, even with the support of the USS Hope, a battleship carrier from the Federation. Just could not manage to defeat it, and it managed to destroy us. Luckily, however, the game thinks we are quite good at our job, so we are still an Admiral, and we got ourselves into a brand new Heavy Paladin Dreadnought X-type refit, which is not a bad ship. It's quite powerful, very much still on par with our battleship carrier. Not quite, but very much good enough for what we're going to be using it for. And we'll only be in it for probably another year or so, while we basically work our way up to going and getting a much more powerful and interesting, more powerful X-type heavy cruiser. So let's buy a pair of Hornet squadrons. We're just down to 2, 8 fighters down from 20. We're good enough on this. We're good enough on this. So let's push back out into Klingon space, kick some butt, take some names, and hopefully get back into this battle. And there's the neutral territory that we had been fighting over. Hopefully we won't have to do another battle against a base assault. Okay, here's the rule. If it's a big base, and we're not supported by at least 2 battleships, screw it. If it's a small base, then we'll go for it. Hit the red alert to increase the speed. We're down to 3 nacelles, as opposed to the massive number of 4 that we had before. We have no escort, and we are fighting a heavy cruiser. This heavy cruiser is a D5W, so it's not even really a heavy cruiser. It's one of these. Basically, they took a D5, they slapped an extra nacelle on it, and said, go, kill, play. Let's increase speed up to our standard cruising speed, which... Really? Okay. So our cruising speed is about 12. Then again, we are a dreadnought. We're an older style dreadnought. We don't have the superior engine systems. Let's increase speed of time. We will, of course, go to overload because we want to crush as much as possible in as little time as possible. Reinforce that forward shield. I'm going to be lazy, and I don't anticipate requiring the use of a wild weasel, so we're not going to charge one. And we're just going to go right in them. So clear that screen away. I'm expecting 2 to 4 missiles. Are you going to disappoint me? He's got 4 missiles. He's got a fairly respectable complement. Ooh, I did not remember to quickly program this. We'll do it later. Here come the missiles. We will let the phaser Gs handle that. And then we'll fire at point blank range. Apparently we lost our forward shield doing that, which is not really good. Let's set everything to normal. So yeah, the splash backup basically robbed us of our forward shield. Not quite cool. It did, however, basically knock him down to doing a speed of 2.5, so he ain't going anywhere very fast. But this is all going to be kind of for nothing, because we can't afford to take on the starbase. I mean, we've seen what happens when we try. It's not pretty. Although IKV Nemesis, quite frankly, has shown up for the wrong fight. He's simply not powerful enough to handle us. And 2 quick and easy assaults, and we're done. Let's increase the speed of time, and we're going to be looking around for that target. Still nothing. Just keep on chugging. Somewhere out there will be a starbase. We must have to destroy it. Unfortunately, I don't see it. We are traveling at the maximum speed that time will allow. So, where is it, guys? There it is. Oh, screw that. This is an SBX. This SBX had enough firepower to destroy not just us, a Monarch battleship carrier, but also the USS Hope, which is a Federation battleship carrier. If 2 battleship carriers can't take it, this heavy Paladin Dreadnought sure as heck can't do it either. So, no, we're gone. Sorry, a bit of a waste on the first mission, but I'm not about to sacrifice yet another Dreadnought for essentially no gain. Look as he plinks away with his range 100 phaser 4s. He's got more than enough firepower to basically gut us. He also has a fairly decent fighter complement. Although we were able to take care of it in the last time we had to fight it. So it's a good fighter complement, but it wasn't enough to handle against 2 battleship carriers. Still a little bit salty about that. I kind of feel like the Hope wasn't quite there for us during that battle. But that would be crying over spilt milk. And besides, the AI doesn't do exactly a great job at supporting anybody. So I really can't complain too much about it. No prestige. We didn't lose anything at least. So pop back, pop back. Another base assault? Really? What is it with this thing and base assaults? Normally we're able to stealth cap these without too much trouble, but here it's like base assault, base assault, base assault. Red alert, increase the speed. It's a frigate. Overload absolutely everything. Reduce speed, increase the speed of time. Double check to make sure we're traveling in the right direction. It will be the upper right hand corner. So let's go as fast as we can, as soon as we can. There we go. We've got the phaser capacitor all charged up. Increase our speed. We'll basically be able to annihilate him in one overpass. In fact, to that point, I'm going to fire not at point-blank range so that we don't lose our shields. Looks like there's a light cruiser as well. So let's come in here, reinforce the forward shield, power that up, reinforce, slow down the speed of time. All weapons select. We shall fire at a range of about one. Holy crap, you're a drone frigate. So the F6EX is a drone frigate. It has 2, 4, 6, 7 missiles. Wow, that's pretty impressive. He's dead. Next target, please. An HF5K2, so a war frigate, or war destroyer. A fairly powerful ship, all things considered. We saw one of these, I think, pretty much gut one of the Federation heavy cruiser ones? Or was that a Hydrogen heavy cruiser? In any event, it was basically able to screw with... And look at what it's doing to us! It might take out our rear shield before we even get there. Part of this is because I'm trying to protect our forward shield. I don't want to lose it too much. We should probably slow down so our heavy weapons can start charging. Hi. All weapons select. I'm going to kill you. There we go. That did waste basically a round of shooting that we'll have, and he is going to be very maneuverable and thus very hard to keep up with. But I felt that it was important to take out the fighters before the fighters managed to take out an entire shield. Here comes a massive missile barrage. Let's go to reinforce all shields. Defensive tractors. Prep 3 of them just in case. We did need them. And we're able to fire a little bit of heavy weapons into him. Anything else I got? No, not really. His maneuverability is an annoying advantage that he holds. I'm gonna try it. Are you an SP? Yeah, you're an SBX again. This is worthless. This is wasted time. Wasted time, wasted effort. We're gonna kill him, we're gonna leave. Oh, a little bit salty. Little bit salty. Hi. You took out part of my ship. I'm just gonna keep blasting you until you die. There we go. And now we leave. Now we increase speed to the maximum. Do I see any nearby borders? No, not really. Oh, what a waste! No, not that direction. This direction. I'm not going towards the starbase. Screw you. Yeah, this is an SBX that we apparently just are not going to be able to stealth cap. Which is a little bit annoying. I would have very much liked to have tried to stealth cap it. That way we could have the SBX. But it looks like the game is not going to let us do that normal shenanigans. I did, however, see a planet in the neutral zone, so I think we're going to head for that and use that as a base of operations. Rather than wasting our time against this thing. And there's the border. Let's get off this map. Watch out, you need to leave. No, seriously. No, we're leaving. Goodbye. Zoom. Up to warp speeds and far beyond. And again, we're going to get absolutely no prestige for that, because the game gives no points for second place. And, yep, no prestige. Screw you. Popping over here. I don't want to do a base assault. I would rather do planetary assaults. They tend to be a little bit easier. I'm not going to do the planetary assault, because I don't want to be overwhelmed. So instead we will do the incredibly annoying Nebula Mission. Hit the red alert. We're escorted today by the USS Permit, a DDL, and the Washington, which appears to be, I'm going to guess, a fast cruiser or a very light destroyer. He only has two photon torpedoes, which is less than what would normally be. Maybe he's a guided war destroyer? What class are you? You are an NSR? Maybe a survey cruiser? I'm not sure. This is a destroyer leader. It is the gorgeous Saladin class, but using the more modern TMP style warp nacelle, making it very cool, very dangerous. I really like this ship. Not as much as the Akula class. The Akula class is basically this, except it also has a second nacelle up higher, which is pretty cool. We have a DWD on range, so a triple nacelled monster, which we also have triple nacelles, so we can't call them too much of a monster. Although it is kind of weird. Most races, if you've got 3 nacelles, that means you're a very big ship, except for the Marak and the Klingons. The Marak have triple nacelles on almost everything. Whereas us, the tri-species, use quad nacelles for our super big stuff. I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, so we are going to set course speed, overload all of the weapons, increase the speed of time. Somewhere around here there will be an incredibly annoying nebula that just messes with everybody for no apparent reason. I'm assuming that there is some sort of space entity that just enjoys screwing with people. There it goes! Engines offline. As we drift to 0. Engines are back! With 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage? Yeah, 9 points of damage to our warp core. Wow, I did not realize the destroyer leaders had G-type torpedoes. That's impressive. And there goes our engines again. Tempted to go to normal power. Come on. Give me power back. This is worth it for one reason and one reason alone. It avoided a planetary assault. Come on. Give me power back. There we go. And G-type phasers should have no problem taking that out. Increase the speed. We need to get back up towards him, where we can waste our energies. Hopefully we can actually shoot at him before we lose everything. What's the odds of our seeing with a Hellbore? Impossible, because you can't shoot beyond a range of 8 if you're overloading a weapon. There we go. We're going to get to him finally. There we go. And slow back down to normal speed. Please let us take that planet. It would be kind of important for that to work. Are you going to be nice to me and give me the planet? We did, after all, send an entire division of vessels, so it would be nice. Minus 46 prestige. It always does that, but we got 500 for doing it. Didn't take the planet, though. I'm going to keep pressuring it. Keep pressuring, keep the pressure on. By the way, it's 2300. And we must do the planetary assault. Thank you, game. The game apparently understands that I'm now trying to game it in order to get as much advantage as possible and do as few dangerous things as possible. And it's having none of that crap. It is PL-15, so that will be somewhat easier to kill. So PL-15 does not have, as far as I can remember, any long-range phasers. We're escorted today by USS MacArthur, which is a carrier, and the USS Vega, which is another carrier. Wow, we have a whole carrier group here. We're currently fighting against D7 Whiskey. And is that another ship I see? I do not. Alrighty, so overload all the weapons, increase the speed of time, because we're going to need the time to overload all the weapons. And now we can increase speed. Keep increasing speed. We're just charging the Hellbores at this point. Maintaining proper speed. Let's go over here, reinforce the forward shields, do the max, and quickly check. Yep, it's just this heavy cruiser. So this heavy cruiser decided to get into a fight with a dreadnought and 2 carriers. Not small carriers either. So we are lined up and ready to rock. I'm expecting 4 missiles to fire at any moment. There they are. And then we can fire all our heavy weapons into them. Unfortunately, we did take a nasty hit. Firing at that point-blank range means that we get splashback from our own weapons. It basically took out our own frontal shields. However, the planet, again, not particularly well defended. We're going to sit at a range of beyond 3 and just shell the crap out of it. And by doing that, we will take the planet. Oh, you're a survey cruiser. Never mind. And the way you can tell that Vega's a survey cruiser is because it has the 4 little dishes around it for the advanced sensors. So, send a probe. Just to double check. I don't want to turn towards it if it does have phaser 4s that are going to suddenly start firing at me. Okay, now we have forward shields, and now I don't mind so much. Anything? Tell me what he's got. Tell me everything that he has. I must know. Yeah. So the probe is telling me that he's only equipped with phaser 3s. We'll get on nice and close on top of him and just start shelling the crap out of him. And hopefully that'll take this planet for us. Because if it does, then we'll be reasonably close to that starbase that we want to keep trying to ram our head against. Federation Constitution classes soaring in. It's a sexy ship design. I don't care what anybody says. The Constitution refit is the best looking Enterprise. It's the best looking most ships in the motion picture in all of Star Trek. Although again, I do love and adore the Akula class. I think it is an awesome ship. So they are firing their long-range proximity photo torpedoes, blasting away, not a care in the world. Let's go over here real quick, get ready for a crash stop if required. Because, well, it's going to be required. Start slowing down, I don't want to smash into it. Although we are considerably smaller than the battleship carrier, so we don't have as much to worry about when it comes to our momentum, smashing us into a planet. And as you can see, the fighters are very gun-shy about trying to do anything. They don't want to get involved in crashing into a planet either. 3, 2, 1, all stop right there, all weapon select. Just blast everything now. And Marines to the capture train. 17, we need to blast down 17 more. 14. I wish I could order them to surrender. Like if they could see that we could sit outside their range and just blast the crap out of them. Do you think they'd surrender? No, they're Klingons, they wouldn't surrender to us. Klingons hate us too much to surrender to us. So 10 more. Although actually we can only kill off 8 more. Because the game does not let you go below 2 as far as we've been able to see. Phasers lancing out, doing a decent amount of damage. Not huge. What is that? I think 37? So, it's respectable. Ah, 2 more. 2 more and we can send our Marines and be all safe about it. Am I going to hold to that? Yes, I am. Why? Because there is, of course, the off chance that we'd send over Marines and it wouldn't get everybody. Also, I like being kind to my men. I don't send them on suicide missions most of the time. Alright, we're done here. Now we just sit back, relax, stretch a little bit, and wait for the planet to become ours. See, this is the part where the captain would say, okay, I'm going to go to bed. Wake me up when you get there. And we have killed all the enemy on the planet. And, come on, any moment, there we go. The planet is ours, as he said. So, how much prestige do you think we got for that one? I'm going to guess not a huge amount. After all, we only did kill a D7. Taking a planet is cool, but it wasn't a very powerful planet. 495 though, so I guess just the normal amount. And we did take the planet. Excellent! That puts us in a nice, strong, powerful looking position. And also, you know, halts the Federation from pushing too far. And I'm going to peek in here. There's an asteroid base assault! Yes, we can take that! Assuming we don't get ambushed by, you know, carriers and other huge, gigantic things. Hit that red alert. We are escorted today by... I can't quite read... HMS Oscar! It's the Oscar! She's back! Hello, Oscar! It's even the same ship class! Not quite, but almost. I mean... It is a heavy cruiser, after all. We are fighting a D5X. Not a little X, a big X. And that's a problem. Because that means that he is not a new build with X technology, but most of his ships were designed with X technology in mind. So it's an existing hull. Oh, we're also escorted by HMS Thunderclap, who appears to be a small dreadnought? No, he's a dreadnought just like us. He's the inverse of us, I believe. Or is he exactly us? He is exactly us, so he's another Paladin Heavy X. And I just recalled, we are an X-type. So, yeah, I just recalled that we are an X-type, so we have overloading phasers. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I haven't been. I don't think we're going to get there in time. Just looking at the fight, I mean, there is only, after all, a single D5, the Dirk Slayer. I've noticed that whenever we, like, comically outclass the enemy, it's generally the Dirk Slayer that we're comically outclassing. We may be able to swoop in and steal some glory here. It all depends on what the Thunderclap does. Thunderclap was the name of one of our first ships in this campaign. I believe that my original intro was Sally Forth Paladin, I'm Captain Turek of the Thunderclap, and that I clapped. And then I decided I was never going to do that again. So, on to the asteroid base. I still don't know if asteroid bases have, I still don't know if they have a collision mesh. I don't think they do. I think at one point we even tested that, but I don't think they do. But I'm still gun-shy about smashing into a giant spinning asteroid, because asteroids do have collision meshes. So they're firing at maximum range. They hit for 6 damage. Good job, guys. And let's start slowing down. Come on, slow down the engines. We want to put all that power into that forward shield that we are not charging. There we go, now we're charging it. All weapons select, we're going to get right on top of it and just unload every single thing that we have. He is, after all, only has 4 phaser 4s, which are impressive, don't get me wrong, but it could be more impressive. So forward shields are fully maximally charged, and then we will unload with an absolute metric ton of heavy weapons. By metric ton, I of course mean 4 Hellbores, 4 fusion cannons. It's a little odd to have a single weapon mount in a ship this big. 3, 2, all stop. 1. Boom. Wow, the fusion beams just kind of cut right through it. That was a good shot. I like that. Good job, everybody. So we got to basically skip the first battle, then showed up and fired 1 shot and blew it up. 110 prestige, I suppose that's kind of predictable. And we took the tile. Okay, so we did manage to take the tile. That's the important bit. And we are standing off against another starbase. I'm going to pop off this tile just for a moment and then pop right back onto it, because I want to check the cat. Okay, we can't. But we have come to the end of an episode. I wanted to pop back here onto the starbase to see what was in the shipyard, but we're not going to do that because it's going to hold us here until we reset. So we have managed to capture a planet and a starbase on this mission, and continuing to roll back what remains of the Klingon donut that the Federation apparently has put one right in the center of. Excellent operations going so far, although a little bit frustrating at the very beginning. But things will only continue to get better as we continue to bash down the door of the Klingon Empire. Anyway, I've been Derek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.